Hey everyone, it's me, and I'm joined here by the lovely Sims. I'm sure that
Hi.
a lot of you probably recognize her because I've done work with Sims over the last 2 years. And I specifically wanted to get her into the studio so that I could just tell her story, or she could tell her story. I could pick it out of her, pick her brains, because it was about just over 2 years ago. I think it was in the May, June that we kind of met, or maybe the April you did my course.
Yes.
And then about 2 or 3 months later in the July, I helped you with the opening of Bounti at your facility, where they offer other strength classes for ladies, Sims in Motion. And she's in the Broad Acres area for those that are around that side. And I remember it was like a Ferrari launch, and we had to wear like red, black, and white. It was super cool outside in the car park with Ferraris everywhere. It was really quite cute. And fast forward 2 years later, but since then she's come to many upskill workshops in the studio, fancy classes that we've offered where she obviously wants to learn more and take those concepts and ideas into her facility. But when I saw her a couple months back, we were planning the rhino events. So this was fundraising for the little rhinos, and we did this collab together. I was actually blown away. I know that she reached out to me a year ago or so about the DNA and said, I really want to do the DNA. Tell me about it. Tell me like what I can change in my diet. I feel like I'm training so much and I'm not quite hitting the eating spot on. There's definitely something I'm doing wrong. Plus maybe overtraining, plus not getting the right sleep. Like she's doing so much right, but also so much not perfectly for her body. I need to sort it out because I'm just not getting the results I deserve considering how much efforts you were putting in. It just felt like a bit
Yeah, just
demoralizing. And I
hit the
remember
brick
being that
wall.
way when I was a bit younger. I used to run a lot, do a lot of gym, overtraining, crazy. I used to eat meats, and I was doing some of the wrong stuff for my body. And the minute I did my DNA, and the minute I actually started training less and outsourcing more, and I've sorted out my diet and I was eating according to my genetics, I also shrunk. Like I literally, my body changed. So when I saw Sims, I was like, hell girl, like, what are you
Yeah.
doing? You look amazing. She goes, Lise, I did my DNA, I did all the things. And since then she saw Carly. So I want to just
Yes.
like kind of pick your brain. How did it start? What did you do? What did you change? How do you feel? What's going on?
So starting strength in motion firstly, after lockdown, you kind of try and help every single lady that comes through those doors, whether you want to lose weight, put on muscle mass, whatever. So I believe always trying those different eating plans. So I'm like my own guinea pig, so my body has gone from those putting on weight to losing weight to, so that I can make sure that it works to give to other women.
Your poor metabolism.
I know. And then you kind of lose track of what your body needs. So I mean, I know how to eat healthy. I know how to train. I know all of that stuff. But I think with also the busyness of trying to get everyone else sorted, you kind of neglect yourself. And yes, I was way overtraining.
Like 4 classes a day sometimes. Like Sims, you are never
Yeah,
going to lose weight. And it
sometimes
sounds
even
weird.
6 classes a day.
And it
It was
sounds weird,
crazy.
right? Because the more you train, the slimmer and fitter you're going to be. But your muscles need time for rest and recovery, and that's when they actually grow. So if you're not getting
Yes,
adequate rest,
exactly.
you're just becoming more and more inflamed and looking swollen and like literally water retention
Yes, I
everywhere.
felt like, so I was literally 6 kilos heavier than what I am now, but it was all to do with my cortisol levels were through the ceiling, proper inflammation, definitely overtraining, wasn't sleeping, because if your cortisol levels are up, you don't sleep.
Yes, and you're wired. So you're tired,
Yes,
but you're wired the whole time, hey? So you can't
yes.
fall asleep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And being a single mom, juggling 3 other different businesses and everything, it was just like one big
Mix of a
mess.
smoothie.
Yes, and I hit a brick wall and I was like, oh my gosh, help. And I remember coming in here one day to do one of your upskill classes, and I spoke to you and you immediately said to me, Simi, you've got inflammation and you're overtraining. And I thought, okay, let's just look at this, and did the research, tried everything, and then until I hooked up to the DNA analysis thing, which was completely mind-blowing. I loved it. So since I started following, apparently I'm very highly gluten intolerant, which I don't know. I ate all the healthy foods, always cut out the dairies and the fats and whatever. And now that I know the ratios of what my body is intolerant or highly tolerant to, or intolerant to certain things, just putting those simple things into place, taking the supplements that my blood needed, coming up in the test. So just taking like the magnesium, vitamin D, omegas 3, that kind of thing, just putting the right supplements into your body and training less, like you say. No. So I have been training less thanks to the strength and motion coaches that are on board, taking more of my classes, which is great. And once all of that started balancing, I started to sleep. I also love the lion's mane.
She also started taking plenty at the same
Yeah.
time. So daikon
Yeah.
and the mushrooms.
Yeah,
Yes, those two.
and I love the collagen as well, the aquatic.
So all three.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So she'd
Yeah.
be one of our all threes. Because
Yeah.
there's some people that take all three and they're like, this one, I see the difference for hair, skin and nails. I don't know if you've seen a difference in your hair, skin and nails since taking
Yes,
the
definitely.
collagen.
Yeah,
Your
even my hair's
is looking
grown.
amazing,
Yeah.
like, honestly. And then the daikon with your gut and phase 2 detox.
Yeah, even my stomach's not as bloated. Like it's like actually flat. Like you don't stand in the mirror and when you like relax. There's no like that like funny little.
A lot of people say it helps with bloating. Okay.
So, but I must say, I mean, with everything.
And tell us one last thing about the lion's mane, because that helps with anxiety. People like us that do a lot, busy, A-type personalities, on the go. So when it gets to night time, you are tired and wired, and you find it really hard to like fall asleep. I mean, it's changed my life completely, the lion's mane.
Yes.
I don't wake up anymore in the middle of the night. I don't know how it's changed your sleep.
So it's definitely helps. Definitely. I think I fall asleep a lot quicker. And yeah, yes, it's definitely, I can feel in the morning that I don't get up sluggish and think like, oh my gosh, I can actually get up, I've got more energy. And actually also I find with having more sleep and eating the right food for my body, I also find that it helps obviously decrease anxiety and my mood and just energy. Like I just had so much energy.
And you had energy before, but I think a lot of it was, in not a horrible way, put on, because you have to.
Yeah, you have to kind of
star on that stage.
Yes,
you have to fake it till you make it.
Exactly.
But now it's really
put a big
coming
smile
from deep within.
Yeah.
You actually have the energy you need, because Sims also is in the music industry. She's a music coach, and what would you call it? What is your vocation there?
So I own a business called No to Simply Vocal, and I'm a music psychologist and vocal specialist. So I help children, remedials, adults just to gain confidence in themselves using music. So yeah, my both my beautiful business, from the fitness to the music industry, is just so rewarding, and with that comes with a lot of energy. You always have to be on your A game and with a smile and bubbly, and you cannot be tired, you cannot be moody.
People are looking at you as there's like literally their motivation.
Yes, so
and their guru and their mentor. So yeah.
And that's pressure as well. So I had to sort myself out and so knowing what my DNA wants and what my body needs, and the sleep and what my the supplements, it's just made such a difference. And like I said, I mean, I've always eaten healthy, I've always exercised, I've always been.
So you thought it was, it was healthy, but it wasn't perfect for Sims. And I think that's the big thing, right? Is that eating healthy it's a science for each and every one of us. You can't compare notes. You can't have a blueprint for everybody. Like, you can't go and share your diet now with your 5 trainers or whatever.
100%.
Every one of them is going to react differently to the same eating plan. Yeah. So everyone has to go and have their bloods done. We do the tests here in the studio, or we can send you the kits. Finger prick, and you get your report, and then you make the changes according to your DNA. And nobody should be swapping diets. You shouldn't be getting a diet, like a substandard diet, from a magazine or from YouTube or from somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, we also offer like eliminate eating programs and things like that, which are great first starts for those that are maybe on a budget, that are needing to save, for a year or however long it's going to take to get the funds to do a DNA test, because they're not cheap, but they are the best money you'll ever spend.
Best investment ever.
But whilst you're getting there, we do have these healthier eating plans where you can cut out processed foods and caffeine and, the processed carbohydrates and things. You can start making healthy changes, and it's definitely going to make a big difference. But when it comes to seriously honing in and understanding your body's true potential, and really cutting out the gremlins that are causing like havoc in your system, that something's wrong, like you're not losing weight, you're feeling tired all the time, or you're always bloated, you're just feeling puffy, like inflamed. Something is wrong at the core, and you're only going to be able to find that out when you do your genetics.
I agree.
And
It's
make those
been
changes,
amazing.
very personal changes, hey?
Yeah.
So yeah, and then I did exactly the same thing. I rewind, yes, 2 years ago, and I did this. I was also overtraining. I was eating the wrong stuff according to my genetics, and no matter how hard I trained, I just wasn't seeing the results. I was always tired. I had a lot of headaches, and I just couldn't shake the sense of like fatigue, puffiness. Something's off.
Yeah.
You know, something's off. I should be looking amazing considering how much I'm working out, but it wasn't the fact. It wasn't the case. I was literally overdoing it in every single way. So sometimes when you do less and when you know what you're doing, what you should be doing, it's amazing how you can see better results by doing less. Yeah.
I agree, and also just it also takes discipline on your part. Like let's be honest, like you actually have to stick to the plan and really give your body what it actually needs. Like I'm a complete chocoholic. I love my red wine. I love carbohydrates. So so there's a sacrifice that has to come for this change. You can't just get your dinner and then eat kind of what it says, and you need to actually just put your head down and say, okay, my body is worth this. I need to feel the best, and just do it and make a decision. And it is amazing. And then it becomes a lifestyle. That is your new way of eating and training. And but yeah, sleep is a biggie.
It's a biggie.
Yeah,
I always
that
say
is
to
the
people,
main
start
thing.
with sleep, because if you are tired, if you're exhausted, there's no ways you could care. You couldn't care less about training tomorrow morning, or when you wake up, you're like, hell no, I need more sleep. And then your diet goes through like turbulence, because you're just so exhausted that you just need the fat, the carbs, the processed foods,
You just
the sugar,
grab
the
anything.
caffeine, because you're exhausted. So like fix your sleep, and with that comes energy, motivation, discipline, all of that. So yeah, but thanks, Sims. I mean, I really got a fright when I saw you. I was like, girl, what? Yeah, I got such a fright, and I'm like, I have to tell your story, because I think there's a lot of people like you that are training so much, and they think they've got it all sorted, but they're still not happy with the results. And like, you deserve to get the results because you're putting in the work, but it's just not the perfect work for you.
Yes,
so get it right. If you're going to put in all that time and energy, just get it right.
Yeah, and I'm so grateful to you, Lisa. You've just been such a motivation and a good role model. Like, you live what you say, and that's what we should all be, even for our kids. So thank you. It's life-changing stuff,
man. Thank you for telling your story.
You.
Thanks so much, Sims.
Pleasure. Yay.